Well, welcome everyone to another episode of Metalheads Unite. Let's see.
Yes.
Man, Facebook be
Hello.
really, dude. So fucking
Old
slow.
Zuckerberg.
He's been so slow. Like the last two times I've done this, it's been slow as shit. So refresh. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like usually I got it timed out so it'll hit like the first like little course there, and it's usually like there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This time it's not won't cooperate. I even cut my VPN off this time too. So.
Oh, you remembered. Good. You
Yeah,
remembered.
I remember. It usually winds up being okay until what the fuck ever, dude. But anyway, it's usually like okay until it gets like toward the end of the show. And for some reason, like toward the end of the show, it'll start. I think when we usually get into like right in the theme of the week stuff, it'll start like wanting to try to cut in and out and shit. And I'm like, man. So hopefully
I got you.
It doesn't like show it like I've watched it back on YouTube and stuff, and it doesn't like affect anything. So it's like well, whatever.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hell, at least there's that.
Well, yeah, I was like, so this is just the actual like live, feed that I'm looking at. But so anyway,
Okay.
welcome in everyone.
That's good.
So big. It's been kind of a quiet week. It's kind of scary, but I mean on the news front, like
Yeah.
some of the other fronts,
Yeah, a little bit.
not so much, but
Yeah. It's still been one of those. It's still been one of those weird because last couple weeks we were talking about. Of course, last week's show we were basically just talking about the beginning of August, but we were talking about how we had so many passings in July and how crazy it had been, how we just kind of had, thankfully we had like the first half of the year was relatively quiet. We'd only gotten like a couple dozen people who we lost, which obviously we would, in a perfect world, we wouldn't lose any, but obviously we know that's not how it goes. But, talking about how unusually slow 2026 has been compared to the last few years we've been doing it. But I mean, July kicking off the second half of 2026 had a different, different plans, but thankfully, this week had been a little quiet. I mean, there was a couple, and we'll get to it here in a minute, but I mean, there was a couple that had happened, at like, the funny thing was like after last week's show, there was one that happened almost like completely, like right after the show, which was weird. Just the timing, the way that some of this stuff gets posted. But there were a couple that happened at the beginning of this week's news cycle. It was like, all right, so I mean it happens, but and then so there's been, because I texted you yesterday because that's usually when we touch base, starting to get ready for this whole thing. So, I sent you the screenshots of the, the snippets and everything of what I was gonna do for the show and all that stuff. And then, I only had a couple, and, jump ahead to today and there's been 3 more.
yeah.
So, so now I'm damn near up to a half a dozen, on top of the regular stuff that we're going to talk about for the week. So I mean,
I seen you posted one like 30 minutes ago or something.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's crazy.
I know. So I mean, it's just you never know when this shit's going to pop off. Unfortunately.
Yes. Oh man. Well, I guess we can kind of crack into it here. So
Sure.
I will say that I'm kind of thankful for for keep it metal, because I mean
Yes.
my 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 birthday list was kind of short until I started going through their stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm kind of glad they're there now, because it was a
Yeah.
little bit short.
I
So
really, I really am kind of. I mean, we've talked about it before with them with this Facebook page, but I'm really impressed with the amount of stuff they're able to provide as far as like birthdays and unfortunately the passing part, but album reviews and everything else. I mean, I don't know how many people handle this, but they talk about birthdays and passings of people that I don't see anywhere else.
right, exactly, yeah.
So
So
it's crazy that they know of these and where they're able to find them.
hmm
So good on them, and
well, I mean,
it's definitely been appreciated for as far as we're concerned, being able to pass along as much stuff as we can and be as comprehensive as we can be.
and I think it's more. I think there's a couple of people that are doing it too, because sometimes they duplicate
Yeah, they
a few
do,
things,
but
so which is fine. I mean, it's better to get it out there than not at all.
oh,
So
absolutely, yeah, yeah,
so
sure.
it was kind of. I still think like I could probably add some birthdays if I kind of went back into our news feed, probably, because we follow bands they probably don't follow. So I mean,
Well, yeah, I seriously doubt there is any platform or Facebook page or website or whatever that can literally cover everything. I
everything.
mean, that
Yeah,
would be
there's no.
that would be an absolute monumental task.
Yeah.
But so I guess we should just kick right on into this, like you said, and starting off with the passing that came
Gotta do
across.
birthdays, man.
Oh shit! Sorry, you're right. Yep. Yep. Sorry, I've been up since 3:30. Sorry.
You're good, man. I was like, wait a minute, we're talking about birthday.
Yep. Sorry. Sorry.
Don't get it. But we want to get the good news
Yeah, we
first.
do. Yes, we do. Yes, yes.
Oh man! All right, birthdays from August 8th until today the 14th. August 8th, we had Ricky Rocket, drummer for Poison, Scott Stapp, vocalist and lyricist for Creed, Sam Totman, guitarist for Dragon Force, Les Binks, drummer for Judas Priest from 1977 to 79, and he kind of passed away recently in 2025. Ralph Reckerman, bassist for the Scorpions from 92 to 98, and then he's been in Spelled Moon since 2010. Alessandro Conti, aka Allion, vocalist for Twilight Force. Hal Patino, not Al Pacino, Hal Patino.
Hooah!
Or it could be, what's that? What was the one on Tropic Thunder?
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that
Oh,
movie.
oh, oh, Al Pacino. Yeah.
Yeah, Al
The
Pacino.
rapper. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I love that book.
Tells you that.
Oh my god! I actually, not to get off subject for a minute, but I actually seen a thing where they were talking about that movie with him, and he said he broke character so many times with Robert Downey Jr. cutting some of those scenes.
I don't doubt it.
He said, man, he said, y'all think y'all forgot he was black? Hell, I forgot he was black a few times. I forgot he wasn't black. I was like, dude. That's even funnier.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But, anyway, Hal Patino, bassist for King Diamond. Anton Fig, drummer for Fraley's Comet. And then August 9th, we had Greg Chason, bassist for Badlands. Kyle Kinderling, bassist for Bang Tango. Lee Kikati, vocalist for Pop Evil. Telly Smith, vocalist and guitarist for The Word Alive. Marinus Rhinus, or Marinus maybe? Marinus Rhinus? I don't know. Well, could be either way, I guess. Garrettson, bassist and keyboardist for Golden Earring. Steve Mann, guitarist for Sweet from 89 to 95. And then he is with the Metalheads group now. Or Michael Schenker group now. Sorry, I forgot they changed it. Changed it since Macaulay got kicked out. But yeah, so it's still can keep it MSG since his name's Michael. So it worked
Thankfully,
out.
yeah, they didn't.
Then Sammy Albana, vocalist for Law Society. Kat Scarlett, keyboardist for Femme Fatale, and does live stuff for Nina Strauss. Dennis the Snake Bellinger, vocalist for Voivod. Gene, oh my God, how do I say this? Gene Bovar? Guitarist for the Plasmatics. can't remember how you spell. I can't remember. Bovor maybe. Okay. I don't know. I'm just a redneck. I have no idea.
I'd have to see how it's spelled. Maybe
It's like a Beauvoir.
oh, probably Beauvoir.
Beauvoir. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that makes sense. Even with his, up at 3 in the morning, he's still smarter than I am with this. So, August 10th, we had Hansi Kirsch, singer songwriter and bassist for Blind Guardian. Christopher Johnson, or maybe it's Johnson. I don't know. Being from over there, who knows? Guitarist and composer for Therion.
Yeah, it probably is Janssen.
Yeah, probably. Then I'm gonna switch it up here because this guy is a Mexican. Since it's a J, it's Javier Partida Bravo, drummer for Transmetal. Matt Kramer, vocalist for Saigon Kick. Which, man, I forget all about that band until stuff like this comes up, and I'm like, fuck, I forget about that band, dude. Like, they came in at the wrong. That's one of another bands that came in at the wrong time, dude.
Yeah, they really did.
It's like, dude, you could have, if you'd have been like 2 years after that, you probably would have made it, dude. But yeah, you hit that one lick, and then it was over with. So I'm like, sucks. Michael Stutzer, guitarist for Artillery. David Reese, vocalist for Accept in '89, and then Malice, and then with Bonfire from 2015 to 16, and is currently with Bangalore Choir, which I have never heard of. But
no,
okay. But he's got a long list of bands that he's worked with. That's pretty impressive resume. So
yeah, he's been around a little bit.
August the 11th, we had Eric Braun. His real name is Braun, I think. Violin prodigy and guitarist for Iron Butterfly. He unfortunately passed away in 2003. Richie Ramone, drummer for the Ramones. Ross Halfin, rock and heavy metal concert tour and portrait photographer for
legendary photographer.
Yeah, Megadeth, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Led Zeppelin.
I mean,
he's been through the decades.
Yeah.
So good. And some awesome picks too. I'll see some of his work. Some of his work's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about what he had to work with and what you have to work with now.
Oh
yeah. So he had to do everything manually. People manually.
Yeah. You had to have
auto zoom shit.
Yeah, you had to have the touch and feel and everything. So yeah.
Which I'm sure he he probably progressed with everything, but I mean, he would have got left behind if he didn't. But he'd been over there probably trying to do stuff for 5 or 10 minutes when somebody could zap some stuff in 2. So he'd have been messed up. But yeah, great work, dude. I love looking at some of those photos, especially some of the older stuff. Then we had Anton Kabanen, guitarist and songwriter for Beast in Black. Richard Bateman, bassist for Nasty Savage from 1988 to 2018, and that is unfortunately when he passed away in 2018. So I'm guessing was the reason he's not in the band after that, because he passed away.
Yeah.
Then we got a couple here. Moses Kolesny. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it or not, but he's the guitarist for Christian. And then his twin brother Alexandre Kolesny, bassist for Christian. So I didn't know. I knew all those people in that band were brothers. I didn't know that 2 of them were twins. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. Robert Lucas, aka Leather Lungs, vocalist for Attacker. I gotta look this up and see why that is. What's up with the nickname? I gotta find out. I gotta find out, dude. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
That could be an interesting story. Yeah.
And then Joel Grind, guitarist and vocalist for Toxic Holocaust. And then August 12th, we had Morty Skagit, or as he used to be known as Morty Black, bassist for TNT and Yorn. Miko Linde Lindstrom, guitarist and songwriter for him. Wednesday 13, vocalist for Wednesday 13, of course, and the Murder Dolls. Larry Howe, drummer for Vicious Rumors. And then Corbin King, guitarist for Vainglory. August 13th, we had David St. Hubbins, a vocalist for Spinal Tap. And let me say something. I get pissed off every time I see this on Spinal Tap. They say fictional band. Motherfucker, they still played fucking, it just pisses me off to say, it was a technically a movie about a band, but they still became a band. Like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
like,
it's the same thing as Death Clock. You know, they had the
right,
cartoon with the band, but I mean, those are all legit musicians who
exactly,
perform
yeah,
live, and it's all original music to the TV show. So
exactly.
same damn
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's why I don't get the why they got to stick that in there, but
Yeah.
whatever. Rick Parnell, drummer for Atomic Rooster and Spinal Tap, he unfortunately passed away in 2022. We had Tig Kettler, drummer for Bang Tango. Bang Tango getting some love this week.
Yes.
Ian Hoglan, drummer for Europe. Philip Bino, bassist for Steve Vai and Warlord. Nilish Brosh, Nili Brosh, sorry, guitarist for the Iron Maidens. Thorbjorn Thabi England, guitarist for Sabaton from 2012 to 2016. And if you, did I butcher it? You're the Sabaton fan. You tell me.
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he pronounces his first name as just Toby. But
Does he?
I
Oh, okay.
I couldn't.
Well, okay.
Don't quote me on that. But
I mean, it's spelled pretty wild to be Toby, but okay.
but they're Swedish, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that could be the Thobbe. I mean, that's what he kind of had in parentheses, so that makes sense. Toby. Yeah. But the Thorbjorn is what I was kind of, I was like,
Well, then you pronounce that, yeah, you pronounce that right.
okay, okay. I was just kind of curious, but I like to pat myself on the back when I can,
Well, shit. Some of these names are pretty damn difficult to pull off.
Yeah, they are, yeah. Which they got more talent than I do, so they can call themselves whatever they want to. Then last one on August 13th was Robert Sid Falk, drummer for Overkill. And they only had one for the day. Of course, I could, I may have missed something, but I only had August 14th. I had Stet Howland, drummer for Metal Church. So that was what I had. I don't know if there was any other ones that may have missed. Or,
Not that I'm aware of.
I mean, that was a pretty lengthy list. So
Yeah.
not as lengthy as last week, but it was still lengthy.
Yeah.
Last week was long. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to follow up a birthday list when last week's list was like James Hetfield, Bruce Dickinson, Max Keller,
Oh, God,
Jimmy Costa, so I mean,
I
was
would hate to. I said that when I was looking at it. I said, man, I'd hate to do the Metalhead Minute this week because you got to pick out 3 or 4 out of them.
oh, well, hell, those were just the 4 that I went with. But I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like, you had to pick out 4 out of that line.
yeah,
It's
so
like,
I mean,
Jesus.
yeah, but I mean, it's obviously it's no disrespect to anyone whose birthday it was. It just we're just condensing it down. So I mean, we talk about everything on the show, and the Metalhead Minute is just like here's just a little taste of what we do. So
Right, exactly.
so if you're relying on just the Metalhead Minute, you're missing a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, you really are. So
Which will take the clicks. Don't stop clicking.
well, yeah, absolutely, I will. But yeah, no question. But, yeah, we're creeping up on 300 followers on TikTok too. So
Oh, nice. Okay.
which I know in the pantheon of TikTok, that's
But
nothing,
we haven't been on there as long as
yeah,
a lot of
it
those people.
it doesn't
either, so.
matter. We're not,
Have we even been on there a year?
Oh yeah,
Oh, have we? Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I can't remember.
I'd
I
have to
can't
look
remember.
back on when we actually started, but yeah, we've been there on more than a year. But
I can't remember how long
Yeah.
we've been on that motherfucker. So.
yeah, because I
I
actually
know it was like one of the last ones we jumped on. So
I think it was the last one we jumped on. Either that or maybe Rumble. I don't know. But hell, I actually got like a flashback clip that I could have posted from 2024 when we had Rick Jimenez on the show. So we've been on there.
Nice.
We've been on TikTok at least 2 years. So
okay. So
yeah, but
we need to hit Rick up again. He's about. I gotta see when that album comes out.
yeah. Well, they dropped another single today too. So
Yeah.
I
That's what I'm
have-
saying. It's getting close. I can't. I don't remember exactly. Well, you know what? I'm gonna look on Spotify and see if it mentions it.
All right. Well, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to start making my way through these passings that we have to talk about. So, and as always, like we talked about over at Keep Metal on Facebook, the metal community is mourning the loss of Mike Milford, vocalist of the American metalcore band Scars of Tomorrow, who passed away from cancer on August 8th. Best known as the vocalist of Scars of Tomorrow, contributing to the band's career from 2000 to 2007 and again from 2010 until 26. His voice became part of the American metalcore scene during one of the genre's defining eras. He also performed live with Winds of Plague in 2014 and contributed behind the scenes to releases from bands including Bleeding Through, Carnifex, I Declare War, Impending Doom, The Crimson Armada, and Whitechapel, working on artwork, layout, and design. Through his work both on stage and behind the scenes, Milford left his mark on the American heavy metal music community and the generation of metalcore that helped shape the genre's modern sound. So, yeah, definitely made his presence felt in several areas, not just on stage.
Right. That's a big influence when you can do it in more than one place.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see. I'll tell you what, man. I tell you what, they do one hell of a job over here at Keep Metal.
I tell you what. I tell you what.
Tell you what. Yeah.
How what? How what?
Oh, you could scroll a little faster. You could scroll a little faster. That would be nice. Oh my goodness. It's probably actually my computer. It's probably not the. It's probably not their page.
Not the site. Yeah.
I'm sure it's. I'm sure it's more my computer. My Wi-Fi seems to be a little slow, which is weird because my damn computer just went through uh, an update, so I don't exactly know what the hell the holdup would be. But
Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything for Extinction AD in the upcoming 2 months anyway. Which they're
oh,
going on
okay.
tour. They're going on tour in September though, which kind of makes me think that I don't know. Maybe they just haven't announced it yet, or something, or maybe they're just doing.
I don't know.
Maybe they're just doing singles right now, or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it. I definitely wouldn't put it past Rick to just, like you say, crank out some singles for now because we can't.
Well,
You can't get him to fucking sit still. So.
that's true. Well, I mean, they come out with a fucking full length and a fucking EP in the same year. What was
Right.
it,
Yeah.
2 years ago? So
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you can't ask for much out of the guy, even if he
Yeah.
does want to do a couple of singles and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let him do his thing because, I mean, like I
One.
said, they cranked that shit out in 2024.
Oh
So
yeah. Absolutely, and he's just not one to just to sit still to rest on
no,
his laurels.
well, I mean, good on him. It's good for us as fans because we get new music,
Absolutely. Yeah.
on a pretty much a revolving door. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
All right. The metal community is mourning the loss of Scott Dixon, vocalist of the American metal band Arterial, who has passed away at the age of 48 on August 10th. Scott Dixon was a vocalist who contributed to the American underground metal scene through several projects throughout his career. He was a member of Nation of Decay, performing on releases including the 2013 EP Rise of the Nation, the 2015 album Desolation, and the live release Ended by Live at the 27th Club. In 2024, Dixon joined Arterial as vocalist, lending his voice to the band's 2025 single Oh Father and their 2026 EP Exiled. His work with Arterial marked the final chapter of his musical career. Scott reportedly passed away from complications following surgery, leaving behind a body of work that reflected his passion for heavy music and his dedication to the underground scene. So, 48 years old, same
that's
age as me. So,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like these people are passing away way too young too. So
yeah.
I don't know what the deal is, but that's it's definitely heartbreaking to hear people younger than me for sure.
Kind of makes me wonder, like, and if I never find out, it's fine because I mean, if a family wants to keep it private, that's definitely
Mhm.
their prerogative. But he passed away from complications due to surgery.
Right.
Whenever I hear that, I always wonder like what surgery it was. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you figure, you wonder. I don't know. You just like wonder what surgery it was, and if he wouldn't have had the surgery, if it was going to be one of those things where if it was something that he absolutely had to have,
Right.
a surgery that he absolutely had to have, or it was like, well, it would be better if you did it now, but we may be able to wait, and then he ends up passing away, and then people are like, well, what the fuck? Maybe he shouldn't have had the surgery because it's just one of those things where after the fact, you go through all this shit where you're questioning this, that, and the other thing. So
Hmm.
I don't know. It's weird, but unfortunately, Scott didn't make it, and I hate to hear
Yeah.
that. But,
Yeah. That's
all right.
unfortunate for sure, especially at that age, man. This is
Yeah. All right, the next one is now. I will say that two of the next three are probably metal adjacent at best, but I'm giving Keep Metal the benefit of the doubt, and like we say, we are trying to be as comprehensive as we can, so we're just gonna
Right.
roll with this.
Well, that's just like with
You know,
birthdays. It's not they're not always like metal for
yeah. So I mean, you never know who people who are older, 60s and 70s. You never know who those folks are going to influence. We talked about
Right.
that many times on the show. So the music community is mourning the sudden loss of Victor Coyote, founder and frontman of Los Coyotes, who has died at the age of 68 on August 13th. Victor Maria Aparicio Abundancia, best known as Victor Coyote, became one of the distinctive figures of Madrid's legendary Movida scene. As the founder of Los Coyotes, he helped pioneer a unique fusion of rock, Latin rhythms, and contemporary Spanish music, earning a lasting place in the history of Spanish rock. But his creativity went far beyond music. Coyote was also a comic book artist, illustrator, graphic designer, filmmaker, and music video director, building a remarkably diverse artistic career. In early 2026, he released El Propio, a compilation highlighting his solo work, while also revisiting the world of the Movida through his book of stories Crusade de Paris. Coyote reportedly died suddenly after going out for a bicycle ride near Segovia. He was found dead on the road, although the cause of death has not been disclosed. His fearless creativity and unmistakable artistic identity made him much more than a musician. He was a true multidisciplinary artist who helped define an era of Spanish culture. So, yeah. And let's see. It doesn't say exactly when he was born in 1958, but he was born in 58 and died yesterday. So he was approximately the same age as my father when he passed away. So let's see. Try to scroll through here and find the other ones that I had because, like I say,
How
approximately 60. Let's see, 68 years old.
okay. That's how old your dad was too.
He would have been 68 this year. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because that's why like Susie's dad was 68. My dad was 69.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
which her dad would have been 69, but he didn't make it to his birthday. My dad did.
Yeah.
So
My dad was when he passed away last year. He was like 2.5 weeks away from his 67th birthday. He died June 11th, and his birthday is June 30th. So he's like 3 weeks away from his birthday. So he almost got to 67. So he was like 66.9 when he died. So he was almost there.
wow.
And here's one that I just found that was back from March that they just posted a couple hours ago. So I'm going to read this one because it's one that I
Okay.
didn't have on the list. I want to make sure it gets there. Daryl George Dash Crofts, best known as one half of the iconic soft rock duo Seals and Crofts, passed away on March 25th. Crofts began playing piano at just 5 years old before switching to drums at age 10. During high school, he played drums with Dean Beard and the Crew Cats, where he met saxophonist Jim Seals. The two musicians later moved to Southern California and joined the Champs, performing together from 1958 to 1965. Crofts was drafted into the Army in 1962 and served for 2 years at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. In 1969, Crofts and Seals began recording together as Seals and Crofts. During the 1970s, the duo became one of the most recognizable acts in American soft rock, delivering enduring songs such as Summer Breeze and Diamond Girl. And if I'm sure we all know that Typo Negative did a cover of Summer Breeze, which actually turned out really well. Crofts and Seals both played guitar, while Crofts also embraced the mandolin, an instrument that was easier to carry while traveling. Their music produced several gold and platinum albums and became an important part of the sound of the 70s. The duo separated in 1983 but reunited during the 90s and again in 2004. Crofts also released his solo album Today in 1998. So I'm going to have to make sure that one gets put on there. Let's see, when did it say? March 25th. Let me go back to March and let me put a line in there and I'll get back to that. All right, get back to that one. Let's see. So, well, the reason why they are talking about it is because his birthday is actually today. So,
Oh, okay.
Dash
Okay.
Crofts, his birthday is today. But he did pass away earlier this year in March, and that was news to me. I did not know that until just now. So, okay, now to the one that I posted like an hour ago.
Yeah.
The rock community is mourning the loss of Darren Derry Brownson, keyboardist of the English alternative rock band EMF, who passed away at the age of 55 on August 13th. Derry Brownson was part of the musical world surrounding EMF, the band that rose to international prominence in the early 1990s with their energetic band of alternative rock, electronic elements, and dance influences. EMF became a major success with their breakthrough single Unbelievable, which reached number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100, while their debut album Schubert Dip reached number 3 in the UK albums chart. The band later returned with their new material in 2022 with Go Go Sapiens, their first album of new material in 27 years. According to the band, Brownson had recently joined EMF on stage again, making his passing especially painful for his longtime friends and bandmates. Quote, "Nothing will ever be the same again without our bandmate and friend," end quote. Rest in peace to Derry Brownson. And then my last one, I'm pretty sure this was the last one. The music community is mourning the loss of Johnny Young, the legendary singer, songwriter, producer, and television host who has died at the age of 79 on August 13th. Johnny Benjamin Arthur de Jong in Rotterdam, Netherlands. Young became one of Australia's most influential entertainment figures after moving with his family to Australia as a child. He first found fame as a pop singer in the 60s, scoring a major #1 Australian hit with Step Back, and later establishing himself as a successful songwriter. He wrote several landmark Australian hits, including The Real Thing for Russell Morris, as well as songs recorded by Ross D. Wiley and Lionel Rose. But for generations of Australians, Johnny Young was best known as the creator, host, and producer of Young Talent Time, which ran from 1971 to 88. That's a hell of a run for a show. The iconic program helped launch the careers of artists including Tina Arena and Danny Minogue, leaving an enormous mark on Australian pop culture. Young was inducted to the Logies Hall of Fame in 1990 and the ARIA Hall of Fame in 2010, becoming the first person to receive both honors. He continued working in music, radio, and TV throughout his later years. Johnny died after a battle with pancreatic cancer. So, and that's one that really sneaks up on people and gets them really quick. So, pancreatic cancer has a very high mortality rate.
Yes, it does. It does.
So that was those are all the ones that I had for this week. So,
all right. I was trying to see. Tell me to see if it does it this way. Come on, AI, do your thing. That's not what he said. Anyway, all right. Anyway, I just seen where Jorge Arancibia liked your reel, so I was going to shout him out because I hadn't seen Jorge on here in a while. So
yeah, he's around relatively frequently, but yeah, he's kind of been quiet lately. But good to see him back.
All right, I had one that I did not post because I think I shared it to the group a little while ago. I just wanted to put this out there since before we get into other news. But the band Secondhand Saints. Just posted something on Facebook. Said there's no easy way to write this. Earlier this month, our brother and vocalist Frederick was diagnosed with an aggressive soft tissue sarcoma. The time he has been given is measured in months. Park Pop 2026 will be Frederick's last show with Secondhand Saints. The time ahead belongs to Frederick and to the people closest to him. We are asking you, with everything that we have, to respect his privacy and theirs. No interview requests, no questions about his health, no speculations. There will be no further updates from us on this. What you can do is be there at Park Pop, sing every single word back to him loud enough that he can feel it, because that is the only thing that we are asking for at this time. In a short time, Frederick became a true brother to us and one of the closest friends any of us have. Life can be unspeakably unfair, and all we can do now is hold on to each other and carry each other through the months ahead. Thank you for standing with us. Yep. So, yeah, that's sad stuff. Because I mean, that dude's younger than me. So
yeah,
or younger than you too, probably. I mean,
yeah.
He looks like he's probably maybe late 30s, early 40s. So,
unfortunately, it sounds like we'll actually be talking about him again before the year's over.
Before the year's over, unfortunately, probably.
I hate that. God, I hate that.
Yeah, that. So stuff. All right, my first one that I did have over from Metal Hammer, which is kind of a I don't know if we really got a definite closure to this or not, but here we go. The worst kept secret in heavy metal is finally out, or is it? Sid Wilson is no longer a member of Slipknot. The band made the announcement in a typically mysterious fashion, revealing that Slipknot's turntables and keyboardist was no longer a member of the Iowa outfit before deleting the social media post in question. So it's like, quote, effective immediately, Slipknot will no longer be associated with Sid Wilson. Read the band's post. We wish him the best in his future endeavors, end quote. I think he done pulled a Vince McMahon on you.
Yeah.
So stories that Wilson had been fired began to circulate 2 weeks ago when news site TMZ reported that a source close to the band said Wilson had been dismissed. Lead guitarist Jim Root to apparently dampen the rumors in an Instagram post saying, quote, don't believe everything you read. Stop, think, take a breath, sit with it for a while, maybe even wait until there's more information, end quote. So, I think we're still kind of not getting any straightforward answers. I mean, if they put that out there and then deleted it, so that tells me, okay, are they or are they not? Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't make much sense to me. But
I actually saw something. It may have been yesterday or the day before, but it was earlier this week where Sid showed up at some sort of convention. I think it was for DJs. I would have to go back and look, but he introduced himself as a member of Slipknot, and this was this week. That was this week.
Yeah, so maybe somebody hadn't told him yet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, possibility. All right, let's see.
One of those things you find out from TMZ.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
You got broke up with in a text,
Oh, God, yeah. All right, my first one over at Blabbermouth. A GoFundMe campaign has been launched for veteran UK metal journalist Dom Lawson, who suffered a heart attack at the Bloodstock Open Air Festival this past weekend. Lawson, who writes for Blabbermouth.net, Metal Hammer, Prog, The Guardian, and other media outlets, was taken to the hospital where he is currently awaiting surgery. The GoFundMe, which was set up by Dom's friend Alex, seeks approximately $8,900 for Lawson, as Dom is, quote, forced to do lots of resting and recuperating for weeks, if not months, end quote, rendering him unable to take on freelance work at this time. Lawson revealed his heart attack in a social media post on August 12th, writing, quote, unfortunately, I had a heart attack on Sunday and was rushed to the hospital. Managed to avoid dying, so that was a good start. Looks like I will be having some kind of surgery in the near future. Close shave, but you won't get rid of me that easily. Yeah, life's a funny old cunt, isn't it? Also, heart attacks fucking hurt. Would not recommend, end quote. Lawson began his career as a music journalist in 1999. He wrote for Kerrang for 7 years before moving to Metal Hammer and Prog magazines in 2007. From 2014 to 16, Dom worked as editor-at-large at Metal Hammer, overseeing the front section of the magazine and helping to mold some of the features that ran in print every month. Outside of his writing duties, Dom has been a longtime radio host for Total Rock, where he currently hosts the Dompilation Tapes, a show dedicated to excellent music from pretty much each and every genre you can think of. So hopefully he's able to make it through the surgery, no worse for wear, and he can get back to doing what he does best.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Just ads keep popping up over here on me too.
Drives me fucking nuts.
And I usually do mine in OneNote, so I'm kind of like I'm jumping back and forth for other reasons. But anyway, this one is going to be. It's a little lengthy, and it's also going to be a. Just a second here. I found a misspelling here, so.
Uh-oh.
Let me fix that real quick before I read it wrong and look stupid. That's what happens when you copy and paste shit, man.
Yeah.
Especially from a English journalist. So, not a USA English, a British English journalist.
Yeah.
So, they tend to spell things a little bit differently than we do. So.
Sometimes.
And then they don't realize that some of those words mean something else when you add letters. So,
yep.
This one over from Blabbermouth. seemed like there's going to be a little feuding going on for a little bit with this one, but we'll see. Kelly Osbourne has blasted Dee Snider for trying to diminish Ozzy Osbourne's abilities and achievements after the Twisted Sister frontman questioned Ozzy's songwriting contributions. Dee also made a pointed remark about Ozzy's wife and longtime manager Sharon Osbourne. The war of words between Dee and Kelly began after a fan brought up late Motorhead frontman Lemmy Kilmister's songwriting and musical contributions to Ozzy's 1991 No More Tears album, on which Lemmy is credited with co-writing several songs, including I Don't Want to Change the World, Mom, I'm Coming Home, and the title track and Hellraiser. Snyder wrote, I know too much about the truth behind the scenes. Let's just say that Sharon doesn't like to share. In quote, okay. When someone later noted that bassist Bobby Daisley claimed to have written a load of lyrics for Ozzy No More Tears album before being sacked for the final time, Snyder responded, quote, a load? How about all the lyrics? Ozzy always had bass players write his lyrics. Black Sabbath bassist Geezer Butler wrote all the Black Sabbath lyrics. Daisley wrote lyrics for the first two solo albums. I'm pretty sure he was paid to write on other records but not credited. And Lemmy wrote lyrics, end quote. A fan later commented that they have a frontman who doesn't write his songs but has such a way to bring them to the people, to which Snyder responded, many singers don't write their own songs but make them their own. After Snyder's remarks, Kelly took to her Instagram stories to write, quote, my father's legacy as a musician, songwriter, singer, and bandleader speaks for itself. His friends, those who worked with him, those who loved him, and millions of fans around the world that still continue to buy his records know exactly what he meant, what he contributed, and what he leaves behind. His legacy will live on eternally, end quote. She then followed up with a lengthier post, which read at the top, at Dee Snider, quote, your last hit, not to age myself, was the year I was born over 40 years ago. Referring to the Twisted Sisters' We're Not Gonna Take It, released in 1984. She added, there's something spectacularly classless about Dee Snider trying to diminish my father, Ozzy Osbourne, and his extraordinary abilities and achievements when he is no longer here to challenge his allegations, particularly when Snyder cannot claim to know the private reality of my father's life simply by looking in from the outside or from hearsay from a delusional man with a vendetta against my father. When, to the best of my knowledge, they were maybe in the same room once, if even at all. And if Snyder wants to invite comparisons between their careers, that comparison is devastating enough on its own. Snyder had a brief period of mainstream success more than 40 years ago. My father's career spanned nearly 6 decades, from helping define heavy metal with Black Sabbath to building an extraordinary solo career. His music will continue influencing generations long after all of us are gone. It's difficult not to wonder whether Snyder's attempt to belittle my father is simply a way of getting people talking about him again, because musically the music industry moved on from Snyder's commercial peak decades ago, while my father's name, catalog, and influence still remains globally relevant. My father doesn't need Dee Snider's approval to establish his place in music history, and trying to make my father smaller won't make Dee Snider bigger. It only reminds everyone of the enormous difference between their legacies and further proves just how irrelevant Snyder is to the music industry and society as a whole. However, I would like to thank you, Dee Snider, for allowing the world to see how truly desperate he really is, end quote. Following Kelly's post, Snyder returned to X to clarify, to be clear, I have nothing but love for Ozzy. He was always lovely to me. At Black Sabbath changed my life. As a songwriter, I can be a little touchy about credit and royalties, end quote. So, you know what deals go on behind the scenes made between two people. I mean, either I mean, they have lawyers involved. So I mean, they had to.
Right.
You got to pay them. So I mean, it's not like it. I don't know. I don't get all the. Yeah, I don't get all that sometimes. That's why people just bring shit up for no fucking reason.
Well, and the funny thing is he's not the only person who has made comments about Ozzy. Because I can't remember who it was, but it wasn't too long ago where somebody made a comment talking about, well, if it wasn't for Randy Rhoads, But here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. You can be Randy Rhoads, you can be Tony Iommi, you can be
Jakey Lee,
Zakk Wylde. Zakk Wylde, and hell, not for nothing, but Zakk Wylde gives Ozzy Osbourne so much credit for for Zack's career. But here's the thing: you can be the best bass player, you can be the best drummer, you can be the best guitar player. If you're in If you're in a band with a singer who just gets up there and goes into the microphone, you're not going to be shit as a band.
Right.
A band is this a band, especially a successful band, is the sum of its parts. And it doesn't really fucking matter who wrote the song or whatever. If the parts come together and the song becomes a hit, who the fuck why does it matter who wrote it, who sang it? If it all comes together and it's a hit, what the hell does it matter? So sure, Ozzy had Tony, then he had Randy, then he had Zach, then he had Gus G. I mean, he's had a lot of talented people play for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so has every other successful artist.
Right.
Fuck. Look at Accept. They've had, Wolf Hoffman has been in Accept for 50 years.
Right.
I mean, for Christ's sake, I mean, what do you want? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Well, if it wasn't for so and so, Ozzy wouldn't have. Ozzy had a more successful solo career than he did with Black Sabbath.
Right.
And a lot of people talk about how good of a guitar player Tony Iommi is, which he is. He had more success without Tony Iommi than he did with him.
Right.
So if it wasn't, as I'm sitting here now, I can flip that argument on its fucking head. Tony Iommi wouldn't be as popular as he is if Ozzy wasn't his fucking singer. See, you can throw accusations around all day long if you want to.
Well, the thing that people don't realize too is Black Sabbath was more of a dark, doomier type metal band than Ozzy solo was. So,
Yeah.
Ozzy's solo was more, I'd say hard rock, heavy metal, tiptoe, through the line there. That we always talk about.
Ozzy had a glam metal phase, for fuck's sake.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think everybody did in the 80s. So.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just,
So, I mean, it's it's, I don't know. To me, it's like, why bring stuff up about a dead person anyway? I mean, the guy's dead. Like, who, let him rest in peace. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, that's like somebody somebody trying to say that Rob Halford wouldn't be as famous as he is if it wasn't for Glenn Tipton or KK Downing. What the fuck? What are you talking about? I mean, a band is anywhere from 1 to 9 people.
Mm-hmm.
And whether a song or an album is popular or not, it's like I say, it's because of the sum of the parts that come together, and they collaborate on a song, an album, and it's either good or it's not, and people gravitate toward it or they don't. This whole thing of, well, X wouldn't be so popular if it wasn't for Y and Z and vice versa. I mean, for Christ's sake, what does it matter? I don't get why it matters.
So since you're bringing up Rob Halford in the mix, why, if it doesn't matter about who vocals on an album, why not have Juggulator on Spotify?
That's no, but I mean, I still wish I knew the justification for that, because Dominator is, Jugulator is not.
Yeah, Juggulator.
I don't understand that.
Was an awesome fucking album.
I don't understand it, because the funny thing is for the longest time you couldn't find either Tim Owens album on Spotify. Now there's one, but not the other.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I don't know. I don't get that. But these people who keep saying Ozzy was only as famous as he was because of the people around him.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, like you said, it takes a whole band though. Like, so this is the thing. So if Zakk Wylde or Jakey Lee or any of those people played with Billy Idol, would they be as famous as they are? I mean, you could work two different ways.
That's what I'm saying. You can flip any argument. Because if
everything clicked for them and it worked and they got and it put out great music. So I don't know why nobody should be complaining about that. Like,
no, yeah, I mean, you have to have talent at every position in a band, no matter how many people you have. Whether you have 3 guitarists like Iron Maiden does, or you just have one like Black Sabbath does,
or you have a keyboardist. I mean, hell, a lot of metal bands don't even have that. So
So I mean, it's a stupid fucking take. It really is. It's just dumb. Oh, Ozzy was only had the career that he had because he had talented people. every band that's made it has had talented people. That's why the
Well,
songs were good.
well, you know what?
Jesus Christ.
I know if I ever started a band, I'd want to look for untalented people.
Right, yeah, because I mean, yeah.
Because why do you want to be good? I mean, yeah, why?
I just I saw that earlier this week, and even
Uh,
before you sent me the screenshot of it, I was like, we're gonna talk about this. We're absolutely gonna talk about it because and you would figure and we know D. Snyder is a smart man.
oh yeah,
We know he's a smart man. So why he decided to chime in the way he did makes no sense to me. Because he knows I know he knows better. So I don't know what his end game was. I don't know what the end game was for him to bring that up, but he knows better than that. He's got to know better than that. He's not an idiot. D. Snyder is not stupid.
I don't know. I mean, just
So it just
one of those. I guess
that whole argument
impromptu responses that you probably wish you
maybe
could take back. 'Cause it's just,
maybe it's kind of the same thing. To me, that whole topic of Ozzy is only popular because this guitar player, that guitar player, whatever, this drummer, this bass player, whatever. It's almost up there with Gene Simmons saying rock is dead. I think it's just as stupid of a take.
well, you can look at it too, because I mean, if you look at some other bands, I'm looking at one of them. It's in the news, the other headline story right now. If you take certain members out of that band, then it makes a big difference. So
Absolutely.
I'm talking about Motley Crue. You took Mick
Yeah.
Mars out of Motley Crue, and now they're not that as good. I mean, honestly, they're just not.
And no disrespect to John Five, but he's a completely different guitar player, and
Right. I
he
mean,
doesn't
Rob Zombie doesn't even play near the fucking same type of music as Motley Crue does. So,
right. Yeah.
I
So
mean, it almost goes into kind of the same situation that we talked about with Pantera, where Zach says, I can't. I'm gonna do the best I can. I cannot duplicate Daryl's shit
right.
because he was one of a kind. You know,
Yeah.
and that's respect for Daryl, and
Yeah.
and it's he said he's going to play the best that he honor him in the best way he can.
Right.
So I mean, and that's all you could ask for.
Yeah.
But like you said though, like you took him out of one band, put him in a whole different band because first off, Black Label Society's nowhere near nothing like Pantera. Nothing, Ozzy's never been nothing like Pantera was on a field of their own at that time they came out. I
Hmm.
mean, they really were. People didn't know what to fucking call them.
Yeah.
Hell, I remember when they first came out. I was all the new thrash metal. Went thrash metal?
No.
No, bro. That's
No. Mm-mm.
no thrash metal I've heard.
Yeah. No.
so
Yeah.
it's kind of like it was new. Nobody knew how to take it. So it was different. And then you can't take somebody that's never been. That would be almost like saying putting say we, you brought up Accept. Take, we know Martin. You take Martin Montney and can put him in a death metal band.
Hmm.
I mean, how's that going to work?
Yeah.
you know, it's just I don't know. The arguments are just dumb. To
Yeah.
me.
The whole thing that you could have put anyone in Ozzy's band, and it just I don't know.
Well, and then look at the super groups that we have too. It's like it's like nobody's ever done it before.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
Hell yeah, it was a super group.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember. There was like a bunch of them. I can't come off the top of my head right now, but I know there's a bunch of them out there. But
There is right now, and there has been in the past.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just, and it is unfortunate that obviously with what happened with Randy Rhoads and the plane crash, it's unfortunate
yeah,
that
yeah,
happened. But because obviously there's no way of knowing where the Blizzard of Oz would have gone had Randy not passed away. But I mean, it was what it was. But I mean, at the same time, and
Go ahead, just a second. I gotta.
okay, and nothing for all the I think for all the bullshit that gets thrown in Sharon's face, and some of it rightly so. I think Sharon gets a lot of shit, and some of it she's earned, but she also, I mean, hell, Sharon's not an idiot either. For my money, she's not an idiot either. So I mean, she helped bring in Randy Rhoads, and all of the people that Ozzy has played with. I'm sure she's had a big time hand in securing this talent, and so say what you will about her, she deserves credit too. A lot of the bullshit that she gets thrown in her face, she kind of deserves. So.
Sorry, you brought up Randy, and I just remembered I got this. I got this little plaque.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
nice.
yeah, so go up on a wall somewhere. So
Yeah, nice.
I was like, oh, I got to show him that. After
Yeah,
he
but
brought
yeah.
that up,
So
I was like, oh yeah.
yeah. So the whole, I mean, any like I don't know. It just irritates. It's just irritating. It's irritating because it's a stupid take. Like I say, it's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
short. It's short sighted to say that because I mean, hell, D. Sure, D. Snyder didn't have the career what Ozzy had, but still, D had talented people around him.
but so the thing is, it's like D was better solo than he was in the band too.
I think so.
So I mean,
I
like,
actually, I
so
actually really
why?
liked D. Snyder's
I
solos.
did too.
I really did.
His solo stuff was way harder than Twisted Sister, or
Oh,
whatever it was.
absolutely. Yeah,
No knock on Twisted Sister because they had, like I
of
said,
course not.
they had great people in the band, but and,
Yeah,
look at that thinking about that Scarecrow. Scarecrow's pretty much a super group, you know, with Jason McMasters and Eddie, you know, Jada.
hmm yeah. So I mean, it just doesn't make it makes no sense to me. And people got to stop doing that. Not just to Ozzy. You got to stop doing that in general.
Well, yeah. Do you have any more?
Just because because somebody made it. Oh, if it wasn't for this guy, or that guy, or woman, or
Well, yeah. Either way, yeah.
So I mean, it's so stupid.
But the thing is, one person can make a difference. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it
Yeah, they can make a difference, but I mean, to sit there and say Ozzy only made it because of Randy Rhoads,
exactly,
Ozzy
yeah.
only made it because of Zach Wilder, and Ozzy only made it because of Tony Iommi. Like I say, you could make the argument that no Ozzy, no Iommi. If you want to make the argument no Iommi, no Ozzy, you can fucking like I say, you can flip that table and be like, well, without Ozzy, Tony Iommi doesn't make it. Geezer Butler doesn't make it. So I mean, because you don't fucking know, you have no idea.
Well, I mean, just like Randy, Randy didn't know that giving up what he had to go play with Ozzy was going to lead to
Right.
him passing away or
Yeah.
anything. I mean,
Because don't get me wrong, I mean, Quiet Riot wasn't like beating the doors down, but I mean,
well,
Quiet
no,
Riot was an established act, and they were,
right.
they had a name for themselves. So yeah, it was still an unknown.
Well, it just
Really,
goes back. It goes all the way back to when we talked about John Bush.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah,
With Metallica.
yeah,
He's like, no, Armored Saint's an established band, and I don't really want to, you know, I don't want to leave them high and dry to go do this thing.
sure.
Which who knows what would have happened if he joined Metallica? I mean,
hmm
uh, would we be talking about Metallica like we are now?
You,
I
you
mean,
who knows?
as much as I love John Bush, I do not think that Metallica would be as big as they are now with John Bush. I mean,
Yeah,
just because he's a whole different songwriter, dude. I mean,
yeah,
he's he's I don't know. I think that they're similar in ways, but I do think that I don't know. I think maybe John does a little bit more. What am I trying to say? He does a lot of little hinting around, I guess, more than he does straightforward with stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's I guess like more innuendo type writing than actually saying "fuck you." You know what I mean? It's kind of take a stick and set on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of, well, I mean, you just look at the writings with Armored Saint now.
hmm
The end of the attention span is one of my favorite songs because we're in that age, man. We're
yeah,
already in it. Like
yeah,
that's why we make TikTok videos because nobody wants to watch us for 2.5 hours.
yeah,
They want to watch us for a minute and a half because their
yeah,
attention span sucks. Uh,
yeah.
you know,
True, all true.
but
I
hey,
think I
for you guys that do, thank you.
thank you. Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much.
because
Yeah.
because like I said, we understand that, and I do it sometimes myself. I just like just something that's like I guess to me like the stuff like this interests me, but if I'm in something where it doesn't like I like it, but it doesn't pique my interest, I'm like, can we just hit the highlights? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
so, so, so I get it. I mean, you know,
yeah. We totally
and
get
I'm
it.
glad, and that's why I said I'm glad we're there to do the highlights for people that are like that. You know, so they can kind of say, oh, okay, cool. You know, so and so had a birthday, or you know, oh, I didn't know that happened this week. I didn't look at and go back and look it up or whatever you want to do. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and then of course the album reviews are on there, so they can always pick out
yep.
new music from that too. So which is the main goal is to find new music. So,
Find new music. Yep.
so
That's it, really.
we still stick
At
we still
the
stick
end
to
of
the
the
main
day,
goals.
at the end of the day, that's what we're really trying to do is discover the new bands for ourselves and try to help our fellow metalheads do the same. So I think you were going to ask me if I had another story,
Yeah,
and I do, but I could just post it on the group.
I mean it doesn't matter.
It wasn't one that I was in love with. So
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Uh, Well, other headlines that I had: Ozzy Osbourne's "Crazy Train." Since we're talking about Ozzy Osbourne, "Crazy Train" surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify. So, congratulations to Crazy Train.
and actually, it was actually Randy. It's actually Randy Rhodes' "Crazy
Oh,
Train."
Razor Rims.
So
Oh, yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
featuring
I
Ozzy
forgot.
Osbourne
Gotcha,
past a billion
gotcha,
views. That's what it was. That's really what it
yeah,
was.
gotcha.
It was
Okay,
Randy
that
Rhodes'
makes
crazy.
more sense.
Yeah,
That makes more
that's what it was.
sense.
Yeah. We got to get it right. We got to be accurate.
Yeah. Oh man. Orbit Culture pays tribute to late At the Gate singer Thomas Lindbergh. He felt like a metal uncle to us, so that's pretty cool that they're
That is cool.
able to do that. So,
Yeah.
I love I love Orbit.
It's always nice when you hear about a band or just a member of a band who's been around for a while taking care of,
Hmm.
younger artists. I always love to hear that. And if they felt like he was that for them, that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
always so
yeah,
good to
oh
hear.
yeah. AC/DC's "Highway to Hell" made Hollywood superstar Javier Bardem a metalhead for life. So,
Yeah, Javier Bardem listens to Slipknot to go to sleep.
yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. Um, So, Iron Maiden frontman Bruce Dickinson gives an update on the new solo album, saying it's heavy as fuck. So I guess we'll find out. I mean,
Yeah.
why does everybody say that though? You notice that? Like everybody says that about their new record.
Yeah, they do.
It's heavy as fuck, man. Like, okay, yeah. So
I
it's almost like it doesn't mean anything anymore when
Yeah,
they say that. It's like, what?
I kind of wish one of these musicians would just troll everybody. Be like, yeah, we got a new album coming out, but it's shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's shit. Don't buy it. The hit single is called "Waste Your Money."
Right, right.
Miss Molly Cruz Nikki Six says, "I don't believe in making full length records anymore," and I think your fans are okay with that. So,
Yeah.
okay, after the last one, I don't think they're.
Yeah, I think Motley Crue has, and don't get me, I like Motley Crue. I always have. But I think Motley Crue has reached that point where they're a band where they're a Motley Crue's gotten to the point in their career where they are a just play the hits band at this point.
Well, I mean, they
Just play the
haven't.
hits.
To me, they haven't done anything of noteworthy since Dr. Phil did. So, I mean, that's just my
So
opinion. But
so it's been a while. So yeah,
what was
just
that,
play the hits.
'94 or something? I think
Dr.
so.
Feelgood was 1992.
'92, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, I mean, you're talking, damn,
34 years
34
ago.
years ago. Like, you did shit in 30 years. Shut up, dude. You're living off the dirt money right now. Be quiet,
Yeah,
motherfucker. Which, I mean, Nicky don't care. He's wrote 2 fucking best-selling books, so,
yeah,
he don't believe in writing full-length records because he's writing novels.
yeah.
Andy Darris says Halloween is capable of playing all the classic songs in their original tunings, which, I mean, I guess that's good to know.
Here's the thing: is like with three singers in the band now,
Well,
what
that's
you
what I
can
was saying.
do,
Like,
what you can do is you can be like, hey, is anyone going to have trouble with this part, that part? So I mean, you can delegate at this point with three
right.
singers. You can make sure that all the notes are hit by the people who can hit them. It's
I
good.
know.
I mean, it's nice to have that setup.
It's so funny that they were they're in the news this week because it kind of like reminds me of a story throughout the day today. Was listening to a Halloween song on Spotify when we were out and about today, and my wife says, "Oh, that dude sounds like so and so." I think it was like one of them sounded like Johannes from Avatar, and I said, "Yeah, maybe a little bit." And when she first said it, I said, "Which one?" She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, they have
Yeah,
three
three
fucking
of them.
singers." I was like, "Which one are you talking about?" She
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, I didn't know that." I was like, uh, "So yeah, it's kind of funny." All right, Slash praises the new generation of guitarists. It said these little kids are blowing my mind, which is awesome to hear. That
Hmm.
I think that's what every uh, I guess every like sports, music, Hollywood, whatever. I mean, when you're ready to pass the torch, man, you should be just willing to do it. You shouldn't be, you know, like I like it's one of the things that pisses me off worse than anything is people like Robert De Niro still trying to play badasses and stuff. Dude, you're 80. Sit your ass down in a wheelchair somewhere and play that role. What the fuck?
Right. Yeah.
Let Jason Statham kick ass for a while. It's like,
Yeah.
it's,
Hell, I mean, he's getting a little long in the tooth too, but
well, yeah, yeah. I
but
mean,
yeah, he's
but I'm just saying, like, you need to pass that shit on down, man. Like,
yeah.
and there's a lot of action stars that are coming up too. So I mean, there's that I think should be action stars. Whether they make it there or not, it's a different
Yeah.
story. But
Yeah.
but anyway, I think that's cool though, because Slash is praising them and kind of
Hmm.
passing down his knowledge to them and stuff. So that's pretty
And
cool.
again, that's another thing that we want for the health of the genre. We want that.
Right, right. I mean, not to say anything, wrestling's kind of the same way. You pass it. I was thinking
Mhm.
about that the other day, laying in bed watching that, dude. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting here watching, like, probably my third, like, you know, regime change in the wrestling at this
It's like
point.
you're watching your third generation, so
Kind of, yeah. Because I mean, you think about it. We had Hogan when we grew up, and then we had Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock,
yeah.
and now we have like, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and Punk's still in the mix from
Yeah.
from way back when. But I mean, you had after Stone Cold and them, you had like Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar. Well, I guess I'm
Mhm.
going into the fourth one now. Then, if you think about Rollins and Seth and Roman Reigns and people like that. So and then now you're like you got the fifth one coming in with like Oba and all these other people. So it's kind of like
That's
you're
true.
you're just watching the thing just flip so fast, dude. It's kind of
Yeah.
like oh my god, dude, it's crazy.
Well, actually,
Hogan was at the top of the game for what 30, 25, 30 years. I mean,
well, from a name perspective, yeah, but from a
well, yeah,
actual,
but he never was. He never was super duper, bro.
yeah, from a
Wrestling knowledge,
yeah, from a performance perspective,
entertainer, yes, but
probably not, but from a name perspective, yeah.
yeah.
But he kept himself at the
Well, yeah, exactly.
forefront longer than he should have.
Yeah.
But at the
Hey, if
same
he can
point,
make the money and they're paying him, then
well,
fuck it.
that's true. Yeah, I mean, why would you turn down? Yeah, I mean, that's true. We would all probably take the money, but
I mean, in a walker, fuck it.
sure, but wrestling is just another sport to where the shelf life is a lot shorter. So I mean,
Oh yeah,
musicians can have a 40, 50 year career. I
well
mean,
yeah,
we've seen
true.
it, but I mean,
Football's even shorter than wrestling.
yeah,
So
yeah, because I mean, hell, Jericho's still in AEW at 55. So I mean,
yeah.
but that's a little bit more of an outlier. But the Undertaker had a 30-plus year career. Again, that's a little bit
Well,
of
I
an
mean, you got to look at
outlier. But
Ric Flair was wrestling at 70. So I mean,
well, he almost fucking died. He shouldn't have been
well,
in that.
that is true.
He
Yeah,
shouldn't have been in that ring. But it does happen. But yeah, so.
but yeah, but
Yeah,
anyway.
you do see more of a turnover in the sporting world just because of the physicality.
Well, that's what like I said. I was just laying in there watching it the other night. So man, come to think about it, I was like, man, this stuff has changed faster in the last 20 years than it did the first 20 years I watched wrestling. So,
Hmm.
so it's kind of like, damn. Uh,
Well, again, that has a lot to do with the accessibility of it. You
well,
have
yeah, I
because
mean,
you do have to have WWE can't be the only game in town because there's only so many. So you have to have
mhm.
AEW, you have to have ROH, you have to have NXT and
Well,
TNA, and
that's the thing I tell the
you have to
guy.
have those. You
That's the
have to
thing
have.
I tell these younger guys now is like when I came in, we didn't have all that shit. We had WCW and we had WWE. That was it. I mean, we didn't have, hell, they done sucked up everything else. There wasn't
Yeah.
nothing out there. I mean, there was indie promotions, but there wasn't nothing big till TNA came along. When TNA came along, we were all happy as hell because it was in Nashville for one, so we didn't have to go far. But
Right.
oh, there's another, another outlet we can get into. Man, I wish this was, I wish all this stuff was still there, you know 20 years ago when I was doing it,
Yeah.
you know and I would have, and I was younger and I could actually do something, but uh but yeah, I would have had so much more opportunity to do something somewhere, instead of, well, I got two places, I don't make it, then I'm fucked. I'm just not gonna
Yeah.
make it. You
Yeah.
know, which now you have so many like, oh shit, hell, I go here, I go here, I go here.
Hmm.
Mexico's always been big. I mean, go down
Yeah.
there and hang with those
Japan.
guys. I was
Japan.
never going to Mexico. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I am not a luchador. So
Yeah. Hell, you could go to Japan, and hell, there's even internet wrestling promotions where they just have wrestling on the internet, where that's the only place you can find it. So, I mean,
wow.
so yeah, there are
Well,
places you can go.
that was kind of TNA's thing when they first came out. It was all pay per view.
Yeah. And
It was
well,
ten
and
ten dollars every once a month or whatever it was,
yeah.
or whatever, every week, once a month,
And hell,
whatever.
ECW was like that for the
Yeah,
longest time, pay
yeah,
per view. So
yeah. That's right.
yeah.
So I mean, it worked. It worked back then. Now it's just
Yeah.
too much streaming shit goes on. So
Yeah.
all right, back to the storylines here. I guess
Yeah.
Ricky Rocket recalls how rock music media in the 1980s tried to pit Poison against Metallica. That was a weird pit, but okay.
Yeah. That
Because I
that
mean,
was.
Poison and Metallica were on two different levels.
Yeah, I was about to
Even
say.
even then, so
Yeah, I was about to say that wasn't a fair fight.
even in the 80s, well, there were two different things. Like Poison kind of brought in the glam. I mean, they were kind of the drivers behind the glam,
Hmm.
glam metal scene or glam rock scene.
Yes.
And of course, Metallica went through all that without ever doing glam. So
Yeah.
Megadeth did too. I mean, all those bands kind of went through the late '80s, or hell, they went the early '80s into the late '80s and early '90s, and not ever
Hmm.
doing the glam thing. So,
Yeah.
and then all right, ex Slipknot drummer Jay Weinberg said on his ongoing artist collaborations, says not having the legal ability to play music with other people was definitely difficult. So I'm not sure if that was a Slipknot contract, maybe, or so it
Maybe.
sounds like it. It sounds like it. Something they don't
Hell,
want you playing
hell,
with nobody else.
hell, it sounds like it was like a non-compete or something.
Well, yeah, kind of like what Metallica was trying to do to Jason. It's kind of like,
Hmm.
it's like, dude, I don't want to sit
Weird.
around for 4 years. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. You're in
Yeah,
Metallica.
that's
You're in
that's
Metallica. It's like, well,
yeah,
fuck
that's
you. I'm not anymore. He goes, I want to make music. I don't want to be sitting around and thumbing my ass.
yep.
Well, you got to look at, I guess Jason was a little bit younger than them, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to look at that too. I mean, ex-Death Massacre bassist Terry Butler on Toxic Cam Lee says there's absolutely no way Rick Ross and I are ever going to work with him in the future. So any chances of that reunion is probably out the window.
Sounds like it.
Black Sabbath legend Tony Iommi is discussing his remarkable career at the Royal Birmingham Conservatory in September. Excuse me, in September. So that may be a little interesting. Michael Polson's pre-Volbeat albums from death metal band Dominus is to be made available on vinyl, so that's pretty interesting.
Yep.
It just still blows my mind that he was in a death metal band from the shit they play. I'm just like,
I know. Yeah.
what?
Talk about one hell of a departure from
Well, yeah.
Styles.
Nevermore has about 6 ideas for upcoming albums, so the demos are now starting to flow.
Nice.
Yeah, which I mean, how long did they go without making a record?
God, I don't even know at this point.
I can't even remember how long it was. It was a long
At
time.
this point.
So,
Yeah.
and then they put out one last year before. I don't remember.
I don't
They put,
remember.
yeah, they put out one recently, I think, and then this is their follow up, I guess. So I guess they're not going to wait, whatever it was, 15, 20 years, whatever it was, but 30.
They can't.
I don't
You
remember.
can't.
No, you can't anymore. It's kind of like Metallica was talking about. It's like, we can't wait 8 years or more. We can't wait 8 years. We're 60 years old, dude. Like,
You gotta go.
if you're going to make music, you got to keep doing it. I mean, they don't have to ever make another record again, probably.
No, they don't have to. No. But
Yeah. Speaking of which, Avatar's Johannes Eckerstrom says getting praise from Metallica is a total bizarre childhood dream version of success. So
Mm-hmm.
ZZ Top drummer Frank Beard is facing health issues. So actually, I meant to see if there was an update on that.
He left the band.
He did leave the band.
He left the band. He stepped away because of it. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna see if they had any updates.
Yeah, he's not. I saw he's not in the group anymore.
Yeah, 3 days ago he was out. Yeah, so hmm. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about update on his health, so I'm not sure. Hopefully, I guess he's stable then. I mean, or they would have been saying something surely.
Yeah, let's hope.
Camelot's Thomas Youngblood on artificial intelligence said, "I have this weird feeling it's going to run its course." I mean, I hope you're right. I mean,
I hope so too.
because this, okay, I'm not going to talk about it yet. I'll wait a minute because the next one kind of is why I did this. I put them right next to each other for this reason. Flotsam and Jetsam's Eric A.K. Knutson says you can either fight AI or you can learn how to use it. So
I don't think it. I don't think it's so
so
cut and dry. I don't think it's that.
I
Cut.
don't either. Well, the reason why I don't think people have a problem with using it. I think they have a people have a problem with it not being controlled, like what you use it for. Like you know what I mean? It's like they already have things out there now where they can't. They built something now they can't control it, or it's not responding to commands. Like okay, we've seen this movie. It's like,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta be able to have some kind of regulations on it. I mean, the government's. I hate saying that, but the government's going to have to regulate that shit, or it's going to get out of hand fast.
Yep.
But I don't. I mean, I say that, but we say that you can either fight or learn how to use it. And if you think back, I mean, that's kind of what. I mean, I'm on a laptop right now. I mean, my parents either had to learn computers or they got lost. You know what I mean? In the working world. So I
Yeah.
mean, so you got to use. My mom learned how to use stuff, and my uncle didn't. And my uncle can't do shit no more. I mean, he has to come over here and ask me to look up shit all the time because he don't know how to use the shit
Yeah.
because he didn't want to. He didn't want to evolve, man. He just wanted to stay where he was at, and
Yeah.
he got left behind. So I think like AI is going to be a part of what we do, but I think it needs to be done in a responsible way. I don't think my wife talks about it all the time where she's in school and could tell like when somebody's wrote a whole article or something, and she goes, I can tell they used AI just by reading it because
Hmm.
some parts of it don't even make fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because AI is not perfect. Like it's far,
No, not
far
even not even close.
well, the whole thing is like even Elon said this before. He said you can't put emotions into a robot. You can't put empathy into a robot. You can't put that kind of you can't put a soul in a robot. So I mean, you can only make it do certain things when it starts to. The reasoning factors is where you're going to have problems with them because they don't if you got two or three things happening at once, they're going to be like, okay, what the fuck do I do? And they're going to be what
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I almost watched a Waymo kill somebody the other day. So,
Oh Jesus.
oh man, it was kind of wild. I mean, not really kill somebody, but it about got him in a wreck. I was just like, man, I'd been scared as
Damn.
shit in that damn backseat of that car.
Yeah. No kidding.
I said, yep, and that is why I will not ever let do that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Ice Nine Kills are set to score a terror tram starring Art the Clown for Universal Studios Hollywood's Halloween Horror Nights. Too many damn H's. So, of course, that doesn't surprise me that they're involved in some horror night for
Not at all.
anything.
Not at all.
Kisses, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons are to throw out the first pitch at Angel Stadium. And then, of course, last but not least, Louder Than Life has released their full day-to-day schedule for their 2026 festival. And we were talking about this where Iron Maiden actually got 2 hours and 10 minutes. I was like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen a headliner get that much time, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pantera only gets an hour and 10, so.
I'm still looking forward to that so much. God, that Thursday lineup is because I sent it to you and
Yeah.
that screenshot I sent it to you and I actually sent it to Kayla I sent it to her too, and I told her, I said, hell, we could just spend the whole day just at the main stage for the what they have
Damn near it.
they got
Yeah.
everything set up.
Yep. Damn
You
near
know,
it.
I mean, so shit. You just
Just back and forth between the two main
yeah,
stages.
exactly. Just you can almost just camp out for the first half of the day, and then as as you get into like Machine Head, then Pantera, yeah, Alice Cooper, and Anthrax, Megadeth. So I mean, you gotta
Yeah.
kind of pick your poison there. So, but I mean, it's just going to be such an amazing day. God, I'm so looking forward to it.
Lucky none of those bands overlap much. So
They really don't.
I think there's a 5 minute difference in that stage and that stage, so nothing's overlapping between those two.
Yeah,
So, which is awesome. I'm glad they did that
yeah,
because used to you'd have to miss 10 minutes or something to go over this one. Or
yeah. I
I,
tell you,
I said this before. Oh, you got 170 bands. Okay, well, I'd rather you have 120 bands and where I don't have to overlap shit.
yeah, yeah, because there sometimes it can be a little much. It can be a little much. I mean, it's cool that you have that many across the 4 days, but yeah, but at some point you run into like logistical problems.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. So
All right, I guess that will take us into our hitting the road segment here, and I mean that's kind of all I wanted to talk about was the louder than life thing. So
that's fine because we're going to get through this quick. I've barely got a page and a
I
half
was
this
going to
week.
say that probably isn't much.
It's just one of those weeks, so that's fine. We'll get through this and we'll move on. So, hitting the road for the week of August 8th through the 14th over at theprp.com as usual. Acid Bath has some U.S. dates scheduled with several bands set to appear on varying lineups. Starting August 16th, so that's coming up very fast, in Portland, Oregon at Pioneer Courtside Square featuring Yob, Sean James, and La Cabra. Finishing December 4th in Nashville at The Truth featuring Jeff, The Brotherhood, and Windhand. Then, speaking of Windhand, they have some U.S. headlining shows with Sonia coming up. Starting September 30th in Huntington, West Virginia at The Loud, finishing October 5th in Cleveland, Ohio at The Grog Shop. X-Hoarder has a fall U.S. tour set up with Intoxicated, with No Mas, Phantom, and Parabellum will all take turns as openers. Starting September 25th in Dunbar, West Virginia at Live at the Shop. X-Hoarder only at that first date. Finishing October 18th in Evansville, Indiana at Ray Leo's. Spy has a fall North American tour with No Guard, Fentanyl, Destiny Bond, and Empty Shell Casing appearing on varying lineups. Starting October 2nd in Corona, California at DBZ Backstage featuring Fentanyl. Finishing November 1st in Sacramento, California at Harlow's featuring No Guard and Fentanyl. Born of Osiris, Miss May I, Convictions, and Downswing are going on a tour of the U.S. this fall, starting November 6th in Pontiac, Michigan at the Crowfoot Ballroom. Finishing December 19th in Dayton, Ohio at the Bright Side. They will be in Nashville on November 15th at the East Side Bowl. Protest the Hero is going on a fall tour of Canada with no word yet on any potential openers. Starting November 12th in Moncton, New Brunswick at Tide and Boar, finishing December 4th in Victoria, British Columbia at Wicket. Knocked Loose, Super Heaven, Denzel Curry, and Boundaries are going out, starting September 26th in Newport, Kentucky at the Megacorp Pavilion Outdoor, finishing November 8th in Mexico City, Mexico at Foro Teambro. They will be in Nashville on October 19th at the Pinnacle. He is Legend, In Angles, and Exide are going out, starting September 18th in Johnson City, Tennessee at Capone's. That is going to be He is Legend only, and that is the only Tennessee date. Finishing October 25th in Baltimore, Maryland at Metro Gallery. I Hate God, Blast, Lewis Seidel, and Evil Army are going on an October U.S. tour with Cavity appearing on 3 dates. Starting October 7th in Nashville, Tennessee at the Cobra, finishing October 19th in Houston, Texas at Bad Astronaut. Quicksand and Fucked Up are going on a tour of Canada this fall, starting September 22nd in Victoria, British Columbia at Capitol Ballroom, finishing October 4th in Ottawa, Ontario at Overflow Brewing. Ben Kenny is going on a solo tour. Ben Kenny is formerly of Incubus and The Roots. Starting August 24th in New York at Nublu, finishing September 14th in LA at the Moroccan Lounge. He will be in Nashville on August 27th at the 5 Spot. Salt Wound and Cultist are going on a quick Pacific Northwest tour, which is weird because it has them starting in Phoenix, which is not in the Pacific Northwest. Starting August 21st in Phoenix, Arizona at the Underground, finishing August 28th in Sacramento, California at Cafe Colonial. Then we have Chop Suey, Slip Knot, Blimp Trisket, and the LP Tribute UK going on a European and UK tour, which they are calling the Forever New Tour. So you have a System of a Down, Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, and Linkin Park tribute bands, all four going to Europe and to the UK together. Starting January 21st, 2027 in Portsmouth, England at the Wedgwood Rooms, finishing April 10th, 2027 in Hoogeveen, Netherlands at the Het Podium. And lastly, Exhumed, Jarhead Fertilizer, Savage Master, and Molder are going on a North American tour this fall, starting November 7th in Portland, Oregon at Star Theater, finishing December 6th in Santa Ana, California at the Constellation Room. So that is hitting the road for the 8th through the 14th. Your mic's off.
Okay.
There it is.
I forgot I did that. So.
Don't worry. During the hit in the road, I heard it go off. So as soon as I got done talking, I made sure to keep looking at you to see if you started talking. And as soon as I saw your mouth move, I was like, "Your mic's off." It was just in case you didn't know that it went off, because I heard your
I knew it went off. I just forgot.
I heard your audio cut out, and I was like, I'm going to make sure to let him know when this is over that he may have to turn it back on.
All right. That will take us into our theme of the week. I'm not really sure what our theme of the week was, but
it was female lead singers,
female vocalists. I got you. Okay. I was like, man, did we do like just females in general or female? I couldn't remember. But.
No, just lead singers this go around.
Okay. So, which, I mean, some of the bands that I did are all women, so it didn't matter.
That's fine.
Anyway, so this was one of the rare occasions that we both kind of do input on the same thing. So
yeah, it's been a minute since we've done one of these.
Yeah, so it is kind of a good thing every once in a while, I guess. Just to see where our I guess how much we think alike or how much we think different, I guess.
Yeah.
So I know like when we did a few of those when we first were doing them, the same thing all the time, where we would have like, oh shit, have like 5 or 6 where we it's like, damn, it's gonna be a short playlist. We don't have
we did.
Oh man.
Well, if you guys remember back when we started this segment, it was actually a top 10. So
that's true.
We just did 10. So if there was a week where we both had like 2 or 3, duplicates, I mean, you're talking less than 20 songs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we were like, all right, well, let's like expand it a little bit. So, and then hell, we've had some playlists that have been 5 hours long. So,
well, that's true. Yeah, so, which I'm sure we'll think of more than this once we get into it. But anyway, so the theme of the week, female vocalist, started this one out with "In This Moment," "Adrenalize" from Blood 2012. Hailstorm, "I Miss the Misery" from The Strange Case of 2012. No, that's not. It's not called The Strange Case of 2012. It's called The Strange Case of blank. I don't know why it's blank. It just has like dots.
Yeah.
It's almost like a mystery type thing, I think. So, then it went with Cage Fight, "Respect Ends" from their self-titled album in 2022. Then we went with Lacuna Coil, "Never Dawn" from Sleepless Empire 2025. I try to get some more newer stuff because I know like some of the older songs are already on some of our playlists. So I said, well, if I get newer stuff, I know it's kind of on something newer. So then I went with Arch Enemy, "Poisoned Arrow" from Deceivers 2022, which was one of my favorite Arch Enemy albums. I know you I don't know if you agree with that or not, but I know you like.
Oh yeah, it was in 2020 in 2022. I think it was. I can't remember where it was, but it was in my top 5 that year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Then one was Stitched Up Heart, "Immortal" from To the Wolves 2023. And then went with Deadlands, "House of Cards" from Seven, the EP in 2025. Then I went with one of our former guests, Never Obey Again, with God, "Given or Denied." That was from their Trust album in 2024. which is crazy. It don't seem like it's been 2 years since we talked to them. That's
I
crazy
know.
to think that. Um, and then I went with Kitty Fire, which was from the same title album in 2024, which was my album of the year that year, I think. So then I went with New Year's Day, Defame Me from Malevolence 2015. Then I went with Straight Line Stitch, Taste of Ashes When Skies Wash Ashore from 2008. Then I went with Spirit Box, Holy Roller from Eternal Blue 2021. Then I went with Doro, Children of the Dawn from Conquerors Forever Strong and Proud 2023. Then I went with Burning Witches, Black Widow from the Burning Witches plus Burning Alive 2019. Um, then I went with The Agonist Vertigo from Orphans 2019. Then I went with Ginger Pisces from King of Everything 2016. Then I went with Butcher Babies Lilith from that same title album Lilith in 2017. And then last I went with The Infected Rain Stranger, and that is a single that just came out this year. So,
Nice. Well, good news. There are no duplicates.
I would hope not. There's a
Yeah.
lot of room there. So,
Yeah. We're gonna have some of the same bands.
well, yeah. That's kind of a
Yeah.
given. But
Yeah, we're absolutely going to have some of the same bands, but none of the same songs. So that's nice. But all right, I'm leading off with my list of female lead singers. What?
I gotta add one. Go ahead.
Okay, all right.
Talk about it.
Leading off with
I knew that one.
Leading off with Revolution Begins by Arch Enemy, the Angela Gossow era, off Rise of the Tyrant from 2007. Then I had The Watcher by Arch Enemy, the Alyssa White Blues era, off Deceivers from 2022. Then I had Roots by In This Moment. Obviously, we know Maria Brink is the lead singer, off of Ritual from 2012. Then I went with that. Let's reset. Then I went with Wish I Had an Angel by Nightwish, the Tarja Turunen era, off of Once from 2004. Then I went with Noise by Nightwish, the Floor Jansen era, off of Human Nature from 2020. Then I went with Wallflower by Ginger, the Tatiana Schmeluk, obviously is the lead singer of that band, off Wallflowers from 2021. Then I went with Eyes Wide Open by Kitty, Morgan Landers, the lead singer off of Fire from 2024. Then a couple from some friends of ours, Stigma Diaboli by Hext. Our friend Tina Gunderson sings that one
Yeah, I forgot about Hex.
off
Yeah.
Pagans Rising from 2022. Then Warrior of the Night by Valkyrie's Fire.
Oh yeah.
Betty Floyd's the lead singer. Our friends of ours off of Ascension, their EP from 2024.
Well, friends of yours, they may be mad at me. I didn't include them on the list. So.
Then I know that we've had this song on another playlist, but it's my favorite Lacuna Coil song, "Reckless" by Lacuna Coil. Christina Scabby is the lead singer, off of Black Anima from 2019. Then a band that I'm surprised you didn't include at all, Freiheit by Null Positive. Ellie Berlin is the lead singer, off Independence from 2020. Then Watch As We Rise by E-Line. Madeline Liljestam is the lead singer of that group, off of The Water Taste of Blood, which comes out this year. The album isn't released yet, but that is a single that has already been released, and I listened to it earlier this week, and I was like, holy shit, that song's awesome. So on the list it goes. Then next, I went with The End of It All by Sirenia. Eileen is the lead singer on that album, The Enigma of Life from 2021. Then I went with Forever One by Cobra and the Lotus. Cobra Page is the lead singer, off of their self-titled album from 2012. Then I had Master of Illusion by Battle Beast. Nura Luhaimo was the singer at the time. She has since moved on, off of Circus of Doom from 2022. Then I went with Digital World by our buddy David, our buddy Dave Hale. That's his favorite band, Amaranthe. Elise Reed is the lead singer. Massive Addictive from 2014. Then I went with Halloween by Hysterica. Annie DeVille is the lead singer, off of their album Metal War from 2009. Then another of one of our former guests. You already mentioned them once, but I went with Gimme a Fucking Break by Never Obey Again. Carolina Bertalegni is the lead singer of that band, off of Trust from 2024. And, we had to throw All We Are by Warlock on the list, by the metal queen Doro Pesch from 1987. So, of course we did. So,
Okay, I just added two more. So because while you were thinking, I was like, oh shit. So
okay.
I did add "Live Sin" louder from "Close Your Eyes"
Oh,
to
that's such a good
Right.
song. Oh, that's a good song.
And then I added "Fly Leaves All Around Me" from "Fly Leaves" subtitle
Oh,
album
see, there you go.
2006.
Yeah. Yeah. Lacey Sturm is healthy
Yeah.
again. That's good for her.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So,
So yeah.
and like I said, I'll probably think of 10 more by the time I
Yeah,
get
probably.
ready to post this. But,
But again,
but
it's
so,
this
so
is
it's crazy to think of how many different bands that is with female influence now. You know, which you probably wouldn't have had in 1980. You know,
yeah.
so it's amazing how far that they've came in the industry, and it's I mean very welcoming for me. I mean, because they you know I think it puts a different tone and perspective on a lot of music. So
Yeah. Well, it just goes to show that doing a playlist like this, where, like I say, we have the same bands, sure, but we have 40 different songs just right off the top of our heads, just like
right.
this. Like I say, you've already thought of a couple more, and I guarantee you there will be more added to this. I have no doubt about it.
Oh yeah.
It's great because hell, I didn't even put anything on the list by Butcher Babies because I knew you'd have that taken care of. But it was like I was like, I'm not even gonna pick
Well,
anything.
that's why I didn't do like Nightwish or with
Yeah,
the
because
Incantation or nothing like that. I was like,
yeah,
well, he's going to cover most of that.
yeah, because so yeah, I mean, there's like bands we haven't even gotten to yet. So this is just the foundation of what this
Mhm.
playlist could become. So I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's awesome that we have so much to choose from. It's an
it
awesome thing.
is. You know, and it's crazy how some like I've noticed like I've been following Cage Fight for a few years now, and I'm
Yeah,
just like so amazed at how uh, like popular they've gotten over the last probably 2 3 years, and like they've went from being on like little podcasts like we go to being on with like you know Jose and all those other guys that do podcasts and getting to the bigger stages with that stuff. And it's like, man, that's pretty amazing just to be around. No, the short time that they've been around and already kind of getting that kind of exposure is pretty amazing.
yeah.
So
And it's and
and Rachel Asp is
yeah.
amazing. Like
And the good thing
I
is
don't know why she's so hot to me, but it's like I was like, man, I don't know what it is about her, but maybe the way she growls. I don't know.
maybe I don't know, but
Uh,
it's great for the health of the genre. It's cool
it
because I mean
is.
the more the more exposure, the better it is for all of us.
Yeah, and you got bands like Plush that we didn't include, but they're more
Yeah,
hard rock
yeah.
than metal, but still we could have threw them on there. I mean,
But still,
and
that's totally fine.
they're putting out new music now, so I mean
Yes, they are.
so it's and they're young, so they're going to be around for a
Hmm.
minute. They're going to be around for a minute,
Yeah,
so
but yeah. So yeah,
a lot of young bands,
it's
hell,
all yeah.
Cage Fight, Deadlands, Never Obey Again, they're all kind of young,
Mhm.
so I mean.
Yeah. So it's good stuff. All good stuff.
But the good thing is those bands have brought people like Kitty back.
Yep.
So
Right.
it's it's kind of like and Doro's just never fell off. I mean she's
Mm-mm.
been yeah. So the
She's
thing
working on new music.
that's what I'm saying. The thing that amazes me about her is she has never put anything before music. She's never had a family, never been married.
Lifer.
She,
She's a fucking
yeah,
lifer, man.
she just fucking loves metal. That's it. She don't care about nothing else. Like, I guess she's sex, drugs, and rock and roll from the female standpoint. I don't know, but
Well, I mean that's how you end up getting dubbed the metal queen. So
that's right. Yeah. So, but all right, get that going for you. I'm sure you probably already sent it to me. So
and actually I hadn't yet, but I will send it to you. Send it
I
to
heard you clicking over there. I said, "Oh, you probably sent it."
you.
Oh man. All right, that will take us into our album reviews this week.
Yep.
I chose Shadow Mare. The album is called Transfiguration. This band hails from I'm probably going to kill the name, but I'm going to try Lagoa, Faro, Portugal. And they were formed in 2015. Current members, and I'm probably going to kill half of these names, but that's okay. So, it says George, and it's spelled George. So I'm going to guess that is George,
Yeah, probably.
and not Jorge or anything like that. So, Alva Rosa, bass, Flavio Torres on drums. This one is Jorge. Jorge Asunkeo, guitars, and then I don't know how to pronounce this first name. Joa? Joa Infante. It's J O, and then it's got like a apostrophe or like a little squiggly over the A and then O. So it's kind of a weird. I don't know. I
I
can't remember
don't
what they
know.
call that fucking shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they're from Portugal, so I ain't no telling how they pronounce that. But I'm
Yeah.
going to guess that's how it is, and we're going to go from there. But he is the vocalist. So
Okay.
uh, this is the band's third full length release, which, after this one, I'm probably going to go back and check out the other stuff. But this was 7 tracks, and it's real short. It's 22 minutes and 19 seconds in length, so it's not a long listen. You can get through it pretty quick.
Nice.
Uh, Excuse me. When they say that they mix melodic, technical, progressive, and thrash and speed metal, they're not exaggerating. And they're you can excuse me. God, I got hiccups. You can definitely definitely hear all of that within either the music composition or the vocals or whatnot. It's all there. Trust me. It's easy to pick out vocally. I guess it's Joe. I don't know. He can do whatever he is asked of him. While he mostly leans toward the gutturals, there are hints of cleans and screams in there. Uh, you know, which he does very well in all of it. I think he's probably got more of a range than what he's showing us on the album for sure. Uh, the guitar works excellent on this one. The thrash definitely seeps in here with the guitars. Just has some awesome solos on here. Um, Not a lot of like lead in type stuff. They did have like some lead in type stuff, but it wasn't with the guitars. It was more of I don't know, maybe just like a wavy type intro. I don't know. It was just a weird sound effect intro, I guess. But with one of the songs that I remember, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty interesting. So they incorporated some interesting things in here. So drumming's outstanding on this. The galloping of toms and the kick drum and all that's sticking out. And excellent use of the cymbals too. There was so it's so funny. Like I've listened to this several times. As you can imagine, it's only 22 minutes, so
Yeah.
I've listened to it about 4 times already. So I was like, man, this is cool. I can actually get a good read on the album. But they Flavio takes and like you can hear like each little thing that he does. You can pinpoint it out, which is crazy. I don't know if I've ever been able to do that before. Maybe I'm getting better at this, or maybe it's just that distinct with what they're doing in the recording. But he would hit the cymbals and stuff, and it was like an excellent mix of everything. It wasn't too much. Sometimes you'll hear him like I was like, oh, that's a little too much cymbal, or something like that. But not here, man. It's definitely a good mix of the drum in there. So, and the bass guitar is even heard like pretty well throughout. I was like, wow, you could hear the little bass in there, going to town. So it's good. They did stick a 44 second, like I call it an intermission because it was like stuck at track 4. uh, which was kind of, I mean, I guess it was okay. I mean, I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff. I feel like if you're gonna do it as an intro at least, and how I feel about those too. But at least
Hmm.
it's as an intro, and it's not in the middle of the album,
Yeah.
kind of, because you kind of get into the album, and you're kind of like, yeah, and then
You're in
okay,
a
well,
groove. Yeah.
like, what was that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of throws you off a little, which I mean, they may have had reasons for doing it. It's fine, but it's just not my thing. I don't really care much for that kind of thing. But I would have loved to get another full track,
Sure.
but then again, I wished it was 10 tracks, but only
Right.
it's 7.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give this one a pretty easy 4 horns. So
Nice.
it definitely reminded me of some older school thrash metal, the way they used to do like little. Uh, so they didn't really do like the stuff in the middle, I don't think, but they did do like some instrumental stuff in the beginning most of the time, and then they'd have 6 solid tracks afterward or whatever.
Very nice. All right, my album review this week is the new album "Worlds to Conquer" by Iron Flame. They are a heavy/power metal band formed in Martins Ferry, Ohio, as a one-man band in
Oh wow.
2016. Lyrical themes of war and history. Current label High Roller Records. This is the group, the project, whatever you want to call it. This is the sixth full-length album under the Iron Flame banner, with Lightning Strikes the Crown coming out in 2017. The the lineup is as follows. You have Andrew DeCania, who plays everything on the album. So he's the guy who started this whole thing. But his live band consists of James Babcock on bass, Quinn Lucas on guitar, Jesse Scott on guitar, and Noah Skiba on drums. The album is 8 tracks long, 40 minutes and 49 seconds, with apparently there's a bonus track called Death's Immortal Flame that wasn't on the Spotify release. So there's
Okay.
another song out there somewhere. I don't know if it's like on YouTube or something where you
Hold
might
on.
find it, but you might be able to find it. I'm sure
Iron
it's around there.
Flame. Iron Flame, right?
Iron Flame, yeah.
And you said what song? What song was it?
It's called Death's Immortal Flame. So I guarantee you it's got to be around there somewhere. But
Actually, it's in our email. So,
oh no shit.
yep, Dustin sent it to us.
Oh fucking hell. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All
and,
right,
it,
well-
and that one is on there. So,
Oh, nice. All right, well, I'll take a listen to that. Jason, you probably noticed this, but in the past, anytime I kind of see an album by a band that's got iron
oh yeah,
in the title anywhere, I
I mean,
usually
it's
go.
almost a game. It's almost a gimme that's going to be good though.
Well, see, and that's the reason. That's actually the reason why I actually like gravitate towards those bands. And I'm gonna tell you what, this week was no different. Not trying to spoil my own album review, but this is probably a top fiver at this
Oh,
point
nice. Okay.
at this point in the year. Everything about I loved everything about this album. I mean, it's a traditional heavy metal album with power metal elements sprinkled in, but I mean you got twin guitar attack. The riffs are fucking phenomenal. The guitar solos are mind blowing. Bass, everything you would want in the bass, everything you would want from the drums. I would say the drums aren't like otherworldly, but I mean they don't need to be for traditional heavy metal. And you know, I'm I don't know who. I guess Andrew is doing the vocals because there's not a vocalist listed here, but whoever is actually doing the vocals, you basically have a Iron Maiden meets Tim Ripper Owens era Iced Earth, minus his top end howls, but it's just the vocals are just enough power metal with just enough traditional heavy metal with just enough melody, if that makes any sense, all wrapped in together. But I mean, the way the songs are composed, I mean, it's so good from start to finish. I mean, there's nothing that I disliked about it. Just
Nice.
nothing. I mean, it was I wanted and now that I know that's in our inbox, I think you should listen to it because I really think you would like it too because it's without it being a thrash metal project, it's basically the music that we grew up on, as far as heavy metal. I mean, you're talking Sabotage, Iron Maiden, Priest, maybe Tigers of Pantang, a little bit of Icarus Witch, which honestly Andrew was actually in Icarus Witch at some point,
Yep.
so that
I was about
actually
to, I
makes
was about to
so
say I
that
just
so that
yeah.
actually makes sense. That
Yeah.
actually makes sense. But it's almost a perfect heavy metal album. It really is. I'm giving this one 4.5 horns out of 5, and I
Nice.
thought about giving it 5 for a minute.
Oh wow.
Thought
Okay.
I thought about it, but yeah, no. I mean, this, like I say, if this was December 14th, this would probably be top 5.
Nice.
So I can definitely see this one sticking around until the end of the year. I enjoyed it that much, and
Nice.
I've only listened to it once, so if that
Oh
tells you
wow,
anything
okay,
about how I enjoyed it that much on just one listen,
just one in. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, they hit this one damn near out of the park. So
So
this will be a band that I probably do dig into a little more because if this is the sound that they've kept from 17 all the way to now, they probably got a couple other definite bangers in the arsenal. This one
okay.
was so good.
So it does have a lineup on here in the email too. So Andrew is on vocals on the
Okay,
lineup.
is he?
So
Okay.
and then they
Okay.
got Jesse Scott on guitar, Quinn Lucas on guitar, James
Yep.
Babcock on bass, and then
Yep.
Noah Skibbo on drums. Okay, I didn't know
Yep.
if you seen
Okay.
that or
Yep.
not. So
Okay.
I thought you were just saying that he was doing all of it. So that's the reason I
Okay.
pointed that out.
Yeah.
So did you mention those guys?
Yeah,
Or?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
missed. I missed
Yeah,
it.
Andrew recorded everything for the album, and
Gosh.
then
Okay.
yeah, and then when they go out, you got James, Quinn, Jesse, and Noah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
Those
I'm sorry. I'm
they're the
sorry. I just missed that. So.
no, all good. They're the members of his band when they go perform live. Yeah, but
They
yeah,
they
it's
actually had it actually says it gives off a Dio vibe in here. So
yeah,
think so.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Andrew
Oh no.
doesn't sound like RDJ, but nobody RJD, but nobody does.
Right.
But I could see a I could see a holy diver, man on the silver mountain vibe. Sure, absolutely.
Hell, you should respond back to Dustin and see if we can get him on then.
I yeah.
That'd
Shit.
be
I
pretty
mean,
cool to
yep.
because I mean we've talked to one man projects on here before. It's interesting
Shit, there it
to
is right there. Yeah, God, that just shows you how behind I am on fucking emails.
dude. I try. I was in here the other day reading stuff and I was just there was a couple of things that I marked as so it would show up as red so I could go back to
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
There's this Echoes of a Dying World thing. I did that too. They're a Belgian metal band. I haven't checked it out yet, but I did it because I want to check it out. 'Cause that's why this was what I was doing when I was emailing you about or texting you about the email password because that's what I was trying to get in
Oh
there
yeah, 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 yeah.
so I could listen to this stuff at work. And then I was like, oh shit! I said I gotta get in here to get this, and
Yeah.
then of course the other day when I was able to listen to it, I left my earbuds at home. So
Oh shit. Yeah, it's
I was
always
in the middle
something.
of, I was in the middle of the day and I'm like, fuck, I forgot my earbuds.
It's always something, man.
I
You
should
know.
just leave them in my locker. I got a locker at work. I should just leave them there probably
Yeah.
because I
Yeah,
mean, I don't,
I think I will reach out to Dustin and ask if they want to come on.
and I don't know if you've seen where Coast Sither's got a new single out
No, I didn't see that.
called Cobra Island. Yeah,
Oh shit, no, I didn't see that.
yeah.
Nice.
Curtis sent that over too. So,
Oh, of course he did. Of
yeah,
course he did. Yeah. Of course he
yeah.
did.
So it's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
yeah,
All
a lot of
right.
good things going on. Man. I'd love to talk to
Yeah.
Gus again. That was a cool conversation. Especially definitely now since I've found this Yo Joe Depot down in Hornwald, and that's like basically what they have GI Joe merch. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I mean, they have a lot of other
Mhm.
collectible stuff, but they got a lot of GI Joe shit.
Nice.
They have like the big ass Cobra Commander thing with the guns and stuff on it.
Oh hell.
Yeah, it's badass, dude. Like that whole store is badass. I'm just like, man, this is a
Nice.
badass store. Anyway, I don't want to
Yeah.
get
Cool.
on a rant again. So,
Right. Yeah. Okay.
so I guess what's the next week looking like?
Yeah.
Is
Looking ahead already to August 21st. August just started, for Christ's sake.
it seems like it, yeah.
Yeah. Over at Heavy Music HQ, leading off with Accursed Womb with Hymns of Blasphemous Fornication, Argol with Soledad and Orgulo, Axd with The Pain Made Me Who I Am, Azathoth with Carnal Lust of Blasphemy, The Barbarians of California with Megatons, Beautiful Skeletons with Pulse, Line, and Scar, Bleeding Antlers with Songs of Praise, Burning Sun with Power to Survive, Cease to Resist with Edge of Silence, Cemetery Echo with Civitas Lacrimarum. I, as an aside here, these bands who are using V's in place of U's are getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is Svinger or Quinger. I don't know how the hell you pronounce this. So I'm not going to try. But the name of the album is Rites of Flesh. Danzig with Death, Red Sabbath. That's a re-release, of course. Dark Funeral with A Beast of Praise. Dead Step with Hail the End. Death Grave with Hell is Evil. Deceptor with Reign of Terror. Dog Tack with Shattered Reflections. That's an EP. Dysithmia with The Morning Darkness. Escape In Out with The Age of Collapse. As Above, So Below. Fall Weather with Because You Were There. Famous Strangers with a self-titled album. Fade with Niflheim, Fen with Elemental Part 1, Morning Faith, First Light with Gravity 2.0, Grand with Guilty Pleasure, Hydra with Dehydration, James Ivanyi with The Phantasm Cosenage, Jotungrav with Elegy, Joyous Wolf with In Between, Kindred North with a self-titled album, Kiss with Kiss Destroys Anaheim 1976, Malamorte with Omen 2, Martyrium with Malevolent, Mythotin with Gathered Around the Oaken Table, that's a re-release. Mob Rules with Stories from the Verdant Vale. My Dying Bride with Anthology of Somber Reflections box set. Necrodon with Covenant of Carnage. The Night Eternal with Cold Velvet. Nova Riot with Blood, Lies, and Lullabies. Novaria with Becoming After. Ocean Sleeper with Peace When I'm Dead. Oddland with Unilluminate to Illuminate. Over the Edge with Over the Edge, that's a re-release. Pattern Seeking Animals with Grim Elkin. Pick Up Goliath with Salt and Static, that's an EP. Rapid with Enter the Realm of Fire. Rebels Opera with Call of the Night. Rising Insane with Death Race. Raistridi with Ride the Storm. Rosa with No Peace for You. Sequoia with World Gone Crazy, that's an EP. Shabti, no, yeah, nothing. Shabti with Haze, Cacophony, and White Light. Speed Stroke with Damage Control, Street Tombs with Existence and Is Corruption, Terratum with Ordnance of Spiritual Warfare, that's an EP, Thanatomas, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's right, yeah.
Okay, we'll go with it. The Rabid Dead, that's an EP, Tokyo Blade with Hoist the Colors High, Triskelion with Metamorphosis, Tyseric with To Satan I Reply, Untitled with Drums with Made Flesh, Utilize the Remains with Meaningless Existence, and lastly, Wicked with Go Rebel. So, a little bit of a longer list to choose from this coming week.
So that's good, though. I mean,
yeah.
And because, it's going to get shorter as we get into later in the year. So,
yeah.
Take advantage of it while we can. So.
Yeah, and that year end is coming up quicker than we
Oh, my God.
It's coming up fast.
Way too fast.
Yeah.
That needs to slow the hell down.
It really does.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I guess that will wrap this one up for this week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it and check out some new music.
Yes.
From the 2 albums we gave you there. And then, of course, maybe all of the playlist, too. Maybe
a couple of
bands in there you never heard of. Who knows?
Yeah. A couple of really good albums we reviewed this week.
Yeah.
Really good. But that's just our opinion. That it's not written in stone. So,
but wait, there's more.
There's more.
Wow! I was hoping I'd get a email back from the 2 bands I sent out messages to, but I haven't got anything yet. So,
but we're gonna keep working on it.
I mean, yeah. That's all you can do is just keep chipping away until somebody says, "Oh yeah, man, I got time."
Yep.
All right. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And like I said, hopefully you at least picked out something new that you either didn't know or bands you didn't know or something. So until next week, you can follow us on our socials.
That's right. Our Facebook group, our Facebook page, on X, on TikTok, on Instagram, on our Spotify, YouTube channel, and I'm forgetting one. I know I'm forgetting one. Rumble. That's what it was. Yep. And you can email us at metalheadsuniteusa@gmail.com.
And catch all of our past interviews and playlists over on Spotify.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
plenty of Metalheads Unite content at this point.
Oh, exactly. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Out there somewhere. And I got a video to upload too, so which will probably be done tomorrow since we'll be here tomorrow, it looks like. So
nice.
Yeah. So all right, guys. Hopefully we'll see you back next week. As of now, it's going to be a regular show unless we hear something from one of our guests that we reached out to see if they can come on. So that's where you follow our socials to find that out. So if
That's right.
you know, if you get into Tuesday or Wednesday and you don't see anything, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be a regular show.
Right.
But
Yep.
usually if we try to like at least try to get in done before Monday so we can have at least 4 days to kind of build up for it. So
Yes.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to have it. I mean, we've had booked things up like month in advance before. Uh,
Oh
so
yeah. Yeah,
so
we
you
absolutely have.
never can tell. I mean, these people may all come back at once too. You never know. You never
They
know.
might.
So
Yeah, they might.
I mean, one of the bands were in Japan, so there's that. So
Yeah.
all right, guys. Until next week, keep those